Can any drummer today honestly be considered better than Neil Peart? Or has Anika Nilles reached a level where she deserves to be mentioned in the same conversation? It's a question that sparks passionate debates among drummers and Rush fans around the world. But before choosing a side, we need to understand what better really means. Neil Peart wasn't just Rush's drummer. He was one of rock's greatest composers behind the drum kit. His parts weren't simply technical exercises, they were carefully written musical pieces that became essential to songs like Tom Sawyer, YYZ, and La Villa Strangiato. His combination of precision, endurance, creativity, and consistency influenced generations of musicians. Then came Anika Nilles. Long before joining Rush's reunion tour, Nilles had already built an international reputation through her original compositions, educational videos, and performances with artists like Jeff Beck. Her playing combines modern fusion, funk, and progressive rock with extraordinary independence and control. Many professional drummers consider her one of the finest technical players of her generation. When Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson searched for someone to perform Rush's music, they made one thing very clear. They weren't looking for the next Neil Peart. Geddy explained that comparing anyone directly to Neil would be unfair because Neil was simply irreplaceable. Instead, they wanted a drummer with her own voice, someone who could honor the music without pretending to be Neil. That person was Anika Nilles. But here's where the real debate begins. Does being chosen by Rush automatically mean Anika is a better drummer than Neil Peart? Or is this comparison missing something much bigger? If we're going to compare Anika Nilles and Neil Peart fairly, we have to look beyond popularity and focus on what they actually do behind the drum kit. Neil Peart built his reputation through unmatched precision, endurance, and composition. His drum parts were incredibly detailed, yet they always served the song. Whether Rush was playing in odd time signatures like 7/8 or shifting through complex arrangements, Peart made every note sound intentional. Night after night, he performed demanding 3-hour concerts with remarkable consistency, earning respect as one of rock's greatest technical drummers. Anika Nilles represents a different generation of drumming. Her style blends modern fusion, jazz, funk, and progressive music with incredible limb independence and fluid movement. Professional drummers often praise her flow, the way difficult rhythms seem effortless. Instead of relying on sheer power, she creates deep, intricate grooves filled with ghost notes, subtle dynamics, and unexpected accents that challenge even experienced players. One major difference is their musical language. Peart's playing was built around composition and structure. Every fill felt carefully crafted to support Rush's songs. Nilles, on the other hand, often approaches the drums more conversationally, allowing ideas to evolve naturally with improvisation while maintaining exceptional control. So, who has the stronger technique? The truth is that both possess world-class technical ability, but they demonstrate it in different ways. Peart mastered the demands of progressive rock on some of the world's biggest stages for decades. Nilles showcases extraordinary modern vocabulary that reflects how drumming has evolved over the last 20 years. That means the comparison isn't about one drummer being objectively better, it's about two elite musicians reaching excellence through completely different paths. Here's where this comparison takes an unexpected turn. If the question is, who has had the greater impact on drumming? The answer is still Neil Peart. For more than 4 decades, Peart inspired countless drummers to push beyond simple rock beats. His performances with Rush introduced millions of listeners to odd time signatures, complex song structures, and highly orchestrated drum compositions. His instructional videos, interviews, and live performances became required viewing for aspiring drummers. In 1983, he even reinvented his technique by studying with renowned teacher Freddie Gruber, proving that even at the top of his career, he believed there was always more to learn. Anika Nilles has created a different kind of influence. Through YouTube and social media, she has reached a new generation of drummers around the world. Her original grooves, educational videos, and masterclasses have inspired musicians to think differently about rhythm, coordination, and creativity. She isn't trying to copy the past, she's helping shape the future of modern drumming. That difference is important. Neil Peart changed the direction of progressive rock drumming on a global scale. His influence can be heard in thousands of bands and in the playing of countless professionals who openly credit him as an inspiration. Anika Nilles is building her own legacy, but she has often spoken with deep respect for the drummers who came before her, including Peart. Rather than competing with his legacy, she has focused on developing a unique musical voice that stands on its own. So when people ask whether Anika is better than Neil, they may be asking the wrong question. The real question is this: can greatness from one generation ever be measured by the standards of another? Every great drummer can impress in a solo, but there's one challenge that separates elite musicians from true legends: stepping into the role of a drummer whose performances have become part of music history. For anyone performing Rush's catalog, that challenge is enormous. Neil Peart didn't just play the drums, he wrote drum parts that became inseparable from the songs themselves. Fans know every fill in Tom Sawyer, every accent in YYZ, and every dramatic transition in Limelight. Even the smallest change can be noticed instantly by longtime listeners. That's why Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson weren't searching for someone to imitate Neil note for note. In interviews, they have explained that no one can replace him. Instead, they wanted a drummer who respected the music while bringing genuine musicianship and confidence to the performance. Anika Nilles fits that description because she doesn't try to become a copy of Neil Peart. She studies the music carefully, preserves the essential parts that define each song, and adds the natural touch that comes from her own years of experience. That balance is one of the hardest things any professional drummer can achieve. Ironically, trying to sound exactly like Neil would probably fail. Peart's playing reflected his personality, his decades of experience, and the chemistry he shared with Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson. Those qualities can't simply be reproduced by another musician. This is why many respected drummers believe the goal isn't to replace Neil Peart. It's to honor his music while allowing a new performer to contribute honestly. But there's still one final question that fans continue to debate. If Neil Peart and Anika Nilles were somehow placed on the same stage today, judged only by their musicianship, not by fame, history, or emotion, who would truly come out on top? After looking at technique, creativity, influence, and musicality, we're finally ready to answer the question that started this journey. Is Anika Nilles a better drummer than Neil Peart? Based on the available evidence, there is no objective way to say she is. Neil Peart's career set a benchmark that few drummers in any genre have reached. Over more than 40 years with Rush, he combined technical brilliance, musical composition, consistency, and innovation on some of the world's biggest stages. He received numerous honors, including multiple Modern Drummer Readers' polls, and in 1983 was inducted into the magazine's Hall of Fame at just 30 years old, one of the youngest drummers ever to receive that recognition. His influence continues to shape generations of rock and progressive drummers. Anika Nilles, however, belongs in today's conversation about the world's elite drummers. Her mastery of modern rhythm, exceptional limb independence, dynamic control, and creative phrasing have earned her respect from fellow professionals across the music industry. Rather than trying to recreate Neil Peart's style, she has built a distinctive voice that is unmistakably her own. That may be her greatest achievement. The strongest musicians don't become legends by copying another artist. They become legends by creating something original. So the fairest conclusion isn't that Anika has surpassed Neil Peart. It's that she represents a new generation of excellence, just as Neil defined excellence for his own era.